this month's winner won by an exceptionally high margin, getting over 80% of the votes. So it gives me great pleasure to announce that Dan Cole is the winner of the Top Styles Triumph of the Month award for June. Congratulations, Dan. How's it feel to win the award?
Thank you. It's one of the highlights of my career. It's I was against some real quality opposition tries. I think Hamlet would play like one game in June, did we? Yeah. So there wasn't that many to choose from, but I'll take it. And thank my parents for putting in all the votes that got me the award. So thanks to them.
I reckon it was a family affair.
Well, yeah, it's end of the season. Everyone's on holiday, so it must have been something because, yeah. Or I'm just really well liked and it was a great try, either way.
Take the latter.
Yeah.
So do you want to talk us through the try, Dan? It looked like it was sheer power that got you over the line. And then you had a bit of banter with the referee, I believe, at the end.
Yeah, well, it was a while ago now, so it's about 5-6 weeks ago now. But I think it came from a line out. Probably it was on halfway. We had a maul. It went. I think we were playing advantage of it. I broke off the back of the line out. Stepped a few players, ran probably 50 yards, and then basically almost got held up over the line. So, but I got it down. It was guaranteed, and there's a pile of bodies and it was down, and I can guarantee it's try. But the referee sort of came across and there was a arm under one side of the ball. It was like, I've had more tries disallowed in my Leicester career than I have awarded for being held up over the line. So I sort of basically said to the ref, you can't deny me this, especially when I've got like Bondi and everyone else telling me it's been 120 games or something since I last scored. So I thought, this is it. If I don't get awarded this, I'm never going to ever score another try. It's just written in the stars. So, no, thankfully, it was given. And, here I am to pick up this great award on the back of flopping over the line from 3 yards.
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, it was very clear from the camera angles that you could see the ball was down. So how's pre-season training going for you?
It's good. We've only been back a week, so we've done our first week now. It's always a bit of a shock to the system. So you try and keep yourself going in the off season to a point, but there's only so much you can do. But no, it's been good. So we've got a lot of young guys in the squads now. So there's a lot of blokes who are away on international duty or on their holiday period now. So we haven't got that many blokes in the squad. But no, to Thursday and then you had a Friday, so whenever this is filmed, and then next week will be, I think we're in all week, and so we're full. But I would say it's good. We're very intense, but we're everything's done for a purpose, and we're in short, sharp, intense sessions, and then we have plenty of time to recover, so we can do a lot of training in that time because we're you have plenty of time to recover and all the nutrition right and everything like that.
Okay, so off the back of a good season last season, what's the feeling like about next season? You're feeling positive?
Yeah, definitely. I think we're excited. I think especially the way we finished last season and the improvements we made. I think Steve's been able to implement the basics of his game plan, how he wants to play, which I think you saw and got us to a certain standard last year. I think now, another year in the system, we're constantly trying to evolve and get better, and we want to improve our attack. Obviously, our defence want to get better. Everything wants to get better, but we're excited for this season because there's a core of the guys who have been here in the system for a year. There's a few great new players that are coming in, which will hopefully supplement us. And a lot of the boys, especially exciting, is the boys that have been away with international duty have been capped, and will come back and hopefully they'll have that added experience, added excitement, which will add to the squad. And the squad was very young last year, it's still very young this year, but there's another year of experience and another season of playing, which hopefully can stand in good stead and means that we can be better again next year.
Yeah, and hopefully this season the crowds will be back in permanently. What sort of a difference does that make when you've got a full crowd behind you versus playing in an empty stadium?
It's massive. I say it's such a like, I think it's probably one thing you take for granted playing in front of a crowd, especially at Welford Road, full house, because you played that period of time when there's no fans there, and you tell yourself that it's rugby, I can play, I play anywhere, and you would, but it isn't the same. And I say there's definitely the lack of the team feed off the crowd and the crowd feed off the team, and I say there's definitely that sort of relationship that goes on. And some of our best games we've played have the crowd's behind the team straight away. You run out Welford Road and you've got 24,000 people shouting, screaming, and it's the energy. Teams feed off that energy, and that's it's definitely, as a player as well, as a front five, as a front rower, you miss you're either scrummaging, mauling, your head's in a breakdown, and you don't know what's going on all the time, and you hear the crowd like lift because someone's made a break or a big hit or whatever it is, and it gets you back in the game. And there's definitely playing in front of crowd, especially Welford Road. We've got the best supporters in the league. It's definitely a massive boost, and hopefully again it will help add to the players with what we've done last year. Hopefully crowds back in, we can really put some good performances at Welford Road this year.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing a live match there. So you made your debut for Leicester in 2007. So last 14 years, what would you say has been the fundamental changes in the game over that time?
There's quite a few. I think tries are now worth 5 points instead of 4. Game time professional. Yeah, no, it's been a long time. There's been quite a lot of changes. I think the game's got obviously faster. It's more explosive. Ball in play is a lot higher. I think the level of skill in the game has increased a lot. I think it's probably a lot more safer sport as well. I think if you look at the game, say sometimes you watch them back. You always say you're on. They show old games and stuff, and you watch them back, and I think the game is light years ahead. From 14 years, you think, it can't change that much, but you watch it, and it's totally different. The speed of the game, the speed of the way the ball moves around, the physicality. The actual ability to play rugby is so much greater now than it was 10 years ago. And it's, you're sort of excited, you think another 14 years, you have the game's evolved so quickly in the past 10, 15 years, and you're like, where will it be another 10, 15 years? But I think it's been better. I think there's a lot more interest around the game. And, it's an exciting time for rugby. And, hopefully, say with crowds coming back and the attention it'll have, we can really have a good, season of rugby and stuff that will excite people and get more fans watching the game.
Mm-hmm. So your first game is at home to Exeter Chiefs, who I believe were last year's finalists. Any predictions for that one?
No predictions, apart from it's going to be a very tough game. Exeter, a quality side. Obviously they're coming off the back of the heartbreak of losing the final, but the past 4 or 5 years they've been top of the league. They're a formidable side, home and away, and there's a reason they're top of the table. But it's a great start for us. You got to play these teams at some point, and you probably want to play them as early as possible to find out where you are and what you need to do with your game. And so, we're excited. We'll be well prepared going into that game, and you just want it to come around really. You want to play the season.
Yeah, brilliant. Well, look, Dan, thanks for your time today. Congratulations once again on the award, and all the best to you and the guys for next season.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Steve. Thank you for all your support from Top Styles, and thank you to all the fans and stuff that voted. And I look forward to seeing crowds back in stadium this year, and hopefully it's be a good year for Leicester Tigers.